Yo, I'm glad we could do this, man.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? We collaborate. You know, this is something called collab, right? We in the lab, but more than anything, I think a lot of times what I find with artists, and we talked about this before, artists are so busy moving and shaking and baking, and then even when they're even having conversations, they're not necessarily public. So people don't even realize when the collaborations are happening. But a space like this, and especially because we built the studio, I wanted to show more of the outward collaborations and talk about them because at the end of the day, being an artist is isolating. You know what I'm saying? Like you just dolo a lot of the times. You're always misunderstood most of the time. And when they do get it, you're still isolated because now you're alone as this savant to people and you're still sitting there like, you still don't get me, but you just like what I do.
Yeah, the average person don't know that though. You know what I'm saying? Like they think as an artist, you got to put so much on display that people feel like you're not isolated.
Facts.
But you definitely are. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So I know a man about you. You go by many names, but what do you like to be called as in your artist form?
Rogati, Thomas Rogati. Yeah.
Where did that come from? I
My
always wanted to
dad-
ask you that.
My
I didn't know if
dad-
it was Bugatti. I didn't know what it was.
You said Bugatti? Nah. It's an evolution of my dad's import export business.
Okay.
So he had a business called Rogat International, and I'm his namesake, Alan Thomas Rogers III. So I used to go by Rogati with the three I's behind it. That's just a lot to type out. So
Right.
let's shorten it.
Rogat International. What did your pops do?
He was bringing in goods from Egypt,
Hey, yo.
so like perfume bottles, different
Right.
jewels, stuff like that.
Import export.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cracking.
I ain't gonna speak on the rest, but
Hey.
Yo.
you get down how you get down.
Listen, we actually understand a little bit about this. Shout out to Egypt. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Whatever
dope.
make it on the container, man, make it on
Yeah.
the container.
Nah, man. Like I said, collaborating. We in the lab showing artists how we move, how we get together. You know, personally, again, I'm from New York City. What's always interesting to me about being down here is when I first came here in '98, I went to Howard University. New Yorkers weren't really accepted here, you know what I'm saying? Because Alpo tainted our name. And I'm not even gonna just say Alpo. I'm gonna say Alpo. I'm gonna say a lot of guys that came here thinking that, respectfully, the DMV was a lick, and they thought they could come here, throw dirt in the game, and leave. And it was hella disrespectful while doing it, even though they was kind of accepted or at least allowed to do commerce. I always thought that was whack, to be honest with you. So a lot of times for me, I wanted to be the guy, not that I was here to save New York, but I wanted to be the guy that could move around like a local and still be respected from being from up top because I respect where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Where you from?
I'm from here. I'm from DC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I get what you're saying,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I was never really a street dude,
Right.
so it never mattered for me.
Right.
Right.
I've always been an art dude, so I've always been influenced by new things that I would see.
Right.
And people from New York always brought new shit to me
That's a
That's
fact.
a fact.
that I never saw before. Or even like in middle school, I went to like a boarding school in middle school. You would see people, all the kids that went to New York and came back was fly as shit.
You already know.
It's like I'm shopping here, I'm wearing shooters and Saab, like
Yeah.
Bonadacci, all the like hood brands and shit. And y'all coming back with like, the fuck?
Yeah,
bro?
what-
Yeah. What is that?
What's an Evisu?
Man.
Man.
What's a red monkey? Like this is a whole
Yeah.
different era. So I never. That's some street shit.
Right.
And I mean, as far as DC go, like the streets ain't nothing to be played with. It used to be the murder capital at one
That's a
point.
fact.
That's a fact.
So a lot of motion outside at one point.
Right.
So it was
Right.
like it was nothing to like found out here.
At
At
all.
all.
People found out.
Big
Big
time.
A lot of rappers found out too.
That's a fact. Yeah. Shout out to
Yeah.
Cameron.
Shout out to all of them.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Migos at one point.
Mm.
Niggas was parading they chain around like, you know what? I ain't even gonna speak on it.
Okay. I didn't even. Hey, listen.
I ain't even
it
gonna
happens.
speak on it.
It
It
happens.
happens.
Cause I want to do business one day, but you feel me? Like
Yeah.
it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And DC is one of those places people
Yeah.
sleep, but it's not.
Yeah.
It ain't that.
You said a good point too. That's more street energy, and I'm glad you said that because I never came here nor acted like a street dude. I came here to go to Howard University, but the thing was, the streets came to me when they heard my accent. As soon as I opened my mouth, they let me know that there was a history here with folks that came down that sounded like me. So I immediately had to sharpen up. You know what I'm saying? Just because I had to understand where I'm at and what was done before. And once I realized that, I was more embarrassed, you know what I'm saying? Especially because I was born in Harlem, raised between Harlem and the Bronx. So I claimed the whole Uptown and the Bronx. And when I realized like all of that, I was like, wow. And then it was always crazy to me because people would say to me, yo, it's crazy that you from New York and you cool. And I used to be like, that's a crazy statement, you know what I'm saying? Because I never came down here to perpetrate. And I know a lot of people that came here to perpetrate because back home, they was not that dude. You know what I'm saying? And back home, I was just always about having a job. My creativity was writing. So I was the guy in school. First of all, I went to private school for high school because in public school for junior high and elementary, I was just one of the guys. I was a class clown. So I got kicked. So I went to 2 high schools and 2 junior high schools. Got kicked out of junior high and high school because I was just acting crazy. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even academics. I was straight A's. I just enjoyed women laughing at me. I thought it was amazing. Oh, it was so much fun. Yeah. And now that I realize I was bored because I would understand the schoolwork so easily. Not science and math though. That was my Achilles heel. To some respect, like C's. You know what I'm saying? Not D's, but C's. But once I got past all that, I started realizing I'm nice with writing. I'm nice with the pen. So I was the guy. Every Valentine's Day, I figured out my first hustle was. Guys would come to me, calling me Shakespeare in my second high school, and was like, "Yo, I did this to my girl. Can you write something for me so I can get back with my girl around V-Day?" I used to always write people poems for their girls, and I was getting bread for this.
This is a different level hitch for real.
Yes, sir. That was crazy. I was like, okay, so I peeped that, but I realized, okay, my pen can take me somewhere. So when I came here, I was really trying to figure that out. I came down here to become a journalist, and I did. You know what I'm saying? I went to Howard School of Communications. But along the way, I just realized like sometimes being from New York can be an Achilles heel, even though the stylistic part and the access to multiple cultures is probably an advantage. Because I think worldly off rip, right? But one thing I say I loved about DC when I got here, or the DMV, was that everybody here was so black. I thought that was amazing. Like
It's a bubble.
it's a bubble, but it's kind of dope though.
Yeah.
How super normal that is here. Where I'm from, even though people from New York that come down here that are of color will tell you about parts of Harlem, parts of Brooklyn, parts of whatever. The reality is New York is not black. Like
Not really.
at all.
And
you know
it's
what
a
I'm saying?
huge space, so you
It's
got
a
your
huge
pockets.
space.
But you are speaking about what DC used to be.
Yes, sir.
It used to be
Right.
that.
Right. Now it's mocha latte.
What?
There's a lot of oat milk in it.
Yeah, bro.
It's a lot of oat milk in it.
It's a macchiato.
But this is like it's a macchiato. But like I said, I came here in '98.
Yeah.
So when I was here,
Yeah,
it was
prime
still,
time.
oh, come on. I was
Prime
like,
time.
what? I used to see Marion Barry in the club.
Yeah, I be telling people like that just visit DC and they go to like Adams Morgan. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not what that used to be.
Not at all.
It used to be a sea of black people.
Trinidad.
See, just you don't see nothing.
8th Street.
but-
I remember 8th Street was fiended out.
Yeah.
Facts. I used to be like, yo, this is wild over here. Then all of a sudden, now it's lit on some yuppie barista energy, you know what I'm saying? Which is kind of fly, by the way, but it is what it is. But yeah. But I want to say it's what I've always loved about the DMV area is the artistry, you know what I'm saying? Like murals take precedent here. I don't think, like for me, I didn't grow up looking at murals in New York like that. My son lives in Philadelphia, so they call it the city of murals. But this space has always felt like that for me too. And then the cool thing for my life is that I've gotten a chance to know most of the artists. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ania Khan,
For sure.
Kiana Clark, a lot of people that do big murals around here. SP, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Big Dogs, man.
Yeah, Luther, like so.
Yeah.
I just it's what's amazing about here is that artists are accessible. You know what I'm saying? Like even when they start doing really great, these people you can see these people, you can touch these people. You know what I mean? On some level.
I think you're speaking from a place of not being an average person. And I'm also
I'm
not
probably
an average
gonna
person.
always do that. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna lie.
yeah.
That's
So it's like, of course, things are going to be accessible to us.
yeah.
It's not accessible to everybody.
I respect this.
You feel me? So it's
Right,
like I
right.
hear you,
Right.
but nobody could just walk off the street and know these people.
Yeah, these are facts. These are facts.
They got to know you about something to
Right.
like really.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I got the curse of always being about it. I always meet the plugs.
So they always going to see you as that.
Yeah.
They're not going to see you
Right.
as like, oh, this is a what they call them, a normie.
Yeah.
No
My New
normies.
York homegirl hit me with that. She was like, "Yeah, the normies be hitting me," and I'm like, "A normie? I ain't heard since like a cartoon for
Yeah,
real."
facts.
Yeah, but y'all be the thing about y'all when y'all go other places, y'all pop y'all shit in a way where if people aren't confident, they feel a way about y'all talking.
That's a fact. I had to learn about this. Interestingly, I lived on the West Coast for like 7 years, maybe 7 to 10, but I've been going back and forth for a long time working. I had to learn that's the one place where I had to turn my I'm not even gonna say New York, I had to turn my East Coast down a little bit because that is seemed as antagonistic versus a good way to do business. Like they respect hustle, but not aggression. Like if you're super adamant and always on this, they're kind of like, yo, you gotta relax. We like just flow into the flow of business, and we're still gonna respect the way you move, but you can't do it the way y'all force things into a system over there.
Yeah,
I had to respect
we
that.
be kicking doors down.
We kick doors down.
That's East Coast energy. We kick doors down.
That's a fact.
And it's okay to do it over there.
Right.
People respect it.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a cultural component you have to be cognizant of, or just move renegade and they're gonna respect it because the product is tight.
I mean, either way, you know what I
Get
mean?
down or lay down, right?
Get down. Right. That's a fact.
So I just so talk about the art, man. Like what influenced you, and then I want to talk more about like, you know, the one thing that's cool about you and myself. I'm gonna give myself my flowers. Is multidisciplinaries. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like when I pop out and people can see me do videos, speaking, making gelato, blah 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 blah. It's kind of like you don't really know what angle I'm on any given moment, but we package it right.
For sure.
At what point did you realize, number one, I have multiple ideas artistically, and I'm gonna attack them all?
Bro, as early as like elementary school, bro.
That's cool.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the first time I made money off art, I drew like some Dragon Ball Z characters on the back of a test and sold it for some honey buns.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's like a jail story. I love this.
Yeah, I wanted some snacks, bro. And I knew somebody had it. I knew what the people wanted.
That's
Threw
new.
that shit out. He was like, all right, bet, here's two of them things.
Right.
And then
That's crazy.
I would, some grades later, we were snowed into school for a second.
Yeah.
I'd get back to the same old hustle, but I knew people had dollars in the room.
Yeah.
Me and my homie, I started putting together the origami boats.
Okay.
Start selling
Somebody taught you this, or you just figured out how to make make the slices? Like,
you know, this is before YouTube was heavy, so I'm like,
Right.
I seen it on TV once. I'm like, I think I can do this shit. I went ahead and did it.
Right.
Started selling them in class while we snowed in.
Wow.
Ended the day with like $25. We got some pizza, you know.
Hey.
Kept it moving, but I mean, as I got older, I just was interested in everything, bro.
Okay.
Anything art related, anything, whether it was fashion, whether it was music. I grew up playing in go-go bands. Like I was a bass player.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was a bass player. I would dabble
Nice.
on the keyboard.
Nice.
I still to this day can produce. It's just like,
Okay.
do I have time to do it?
Yeah.
I loved fashion for a long time because
Right.
it's like I couldn't afford everything that I wanted.
Right.
So I had like a job at age 12
Mm-hmm.
helping this private construction business.
Mm.
They was showing me how to make houses, how to like use bobcats and type shit. And they kicked me some short shit. Yeah.
This is out here?
This was out here.
Oh, that's crazy.
My mom knew somebody. Next thing you
Right.
know, I had a job. I was working on the weekends.
12 years old, learning construction?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's big.
I was getting a little bit of money, you know what
Oh, I
I'm saying?
like
But
this.
it ain't stopped me from doing dumb shit because it was like
Right.
everything was so expensive.
Right.
So it's like I would steal the clothes that I like from time to time, or like,
Okay.
you know, if I saw something that was so out of reach, I would try to make it.
Yeah.
My mom was a seamstress growing up, so
Okay.
some of that equipment was just around,
Oh.
and I would dabble with it, and eventually she would see me doing that and put me into a program. Marion Berry had the DOES program,
Marion Barry, man. That's
you
what
know,
I'm talking about.
and
Man.
had different
Right.
different jobs for the youth during the summertime. My
Right.
mom found a situation where they teach you how to sew.
Mm.
Originally, I was like, nah.
This is Southeast?
This is Northeast,
Okay.
Rhode Island Avenue,
Love it.
right next to that McDonald's, next
Yeah.
to the Metro,
Oh, yeah.
where that, I guess,
Like the-
tire factory is
Yeah.
right now. It's that warehouse.
That's crazy.
Used to have the silk screen factory called Unity's, and on the top level, sewing machines.
Oh, yeah, Unity, yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
I used to
right.
work for them.
Wow. They're
When
still
I-
around too.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I
Yeah.
used to work for them.
That's amazing. Man.
Yeah, so like
Wow.
that opportunity turned into me being curious about what was downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
But originally, like my mom told me what she did. I'm like, I ain't trying to fuck with that shit. My homie's like, yo, that's some gay shit.
What?
They're
Oh,
like,
making clothes?
They're like, you want to make some clothes? You want to go learn how to sew? That's some gay shit. And I'm like, my mom was like, yo, just go check it out.
Mm.
I stepped in the jump. The ratio of women to guys
Right.
in that job was the reason why I stayed. I'm like, it's nothing but girls in this jump.
That's a fact.
One gay dude, one straight dude, and me.
Mm.
I'm staying. Like,
Yeah, I'm staying.
it's about to be a fun
I'm
summer.
up.
And it was a great summer, bro. Like, it was lit. Like,
I can imagine. These people all your age.
all my age.
Oh, this is great.
It's lit. Like, we all round same grade, all
Yeah.
that shit.
This is like a summer program?
This
Or
is
it's
a summer program.
Okay, yeah.
And we was all getting paid.
I was about to say, because you said DOES, so that means y'all was making some money.
We was all getting paid. So it was like, all right.
That's love.
Lit summer, right? And then at the end of it, you make your product. They teach you how to sew. They teach you all these different things. If you want to mess with the factory downstairs, you go talk to them. If they like you, they'll do shit with
So you
you.
can screen print and make stuff.
Exactly. So I ended up trying to mimic the clothes that I like with them, sewing patches on clothes. At the end of it, they did a market. I was the only person that sold out.
Wow. What did you make?
I made T-shirts and I was sewing the patches. So I had fabric, take the fabric downstairs. I draw out my little design or whatever. They put it on the screen. I screen printed,
Nice.
you know.
Did you have a brand then or no?
I don't even remember what it was at the time, bro. It was whatever I was feeling like.
This is
might
what,
have
14, 15?
this is 15.
15.
Yeah, it was whatever I came up with at the
Right.
time, right? But I was selling it at my school.
Right.
By the time it got to the marketplace, I'm confident. I'm telling everybody, buy this.
Right.
And made some bread, bro. Made so much bread, they was asking me to break down. I was like, nah, I ran off on the plug.
Yeah. No.
Nah. And then
That's dope.
that ended, and I started working for Unities
Nice.
after school.
That's amazing. And Unities is black owned, right?
Black on.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. That's what I'm saying. That is like such an amazing DMV story.
Yeah, fact.
And shout out to Marion Barry, because like this dude's fingerprints is on so many lives. Like,
Yeah.
he's ill.
That
Like I
shit
said, I
changed.
saw him in Dream. He was treated like a sultan, a king. I was like, he was just in there kicking it, eating the soul food at the happy hour joint. I was like, yo, this is dope.
Marion Barry is righteous, bro.
That's a
and
fact.
he's like responsible for a lot of the things that happened in my life. I was a tennis player growing up.
Oh, okay.
I was never like, I couldn't get into team sports because of my fucking attitude, bro.
I understand.
I was a solid basketball player, but I couldn't like. Coaches had one time with me. You feel me?
Got you. Short fuse or what?
Yeah, short fuse, bro. Short fuse.
Where does that come from? You're not having it.
Not only not having it,
Yeah.
but just growing up in a space where it's like, dog, my dad died when I was 9.
I didn't know that.
I was raised by my mom. My mom worked her ass off. She provided everything that I needed. We had a roof over our head, but she worked long hours. So I was raised outside.
Got you.
I'm raised by niggas outside, bro.
Copy.
And what you learn outside, somebody try you. What you want?
You gone.
Well, we out. We out. So it's like I just didn't have a lot of patience. I didn't have a lot of guidance. I had a lot of talent. It was raw, but I didn't have no way to direct it, right?
Got you.
So when I picked up tennis involved people who had a lot of patience. Who where it's not so much tennis is aggressive, but you have to learn technique in order to be aggressive.
Facts.
So they had to slow you down. And it was a great way for me to learn how to learn
I like that.
and learn how to listen.
Right.
And it was Marion Barry that made that tennis learning center.
Damn.
It's a Southeast Tennis and Learning Center. It's still there.
Wow.
It was ran by, I think, his wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Coral.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
So I would be there for like years, bro. Years. Like that's where I kind of like came up and learned a lot of shit.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
I still play tennis to this day. I'm nice.
How did your pops pass?
Hip replacement,
Oh man.
malpractice, all that type shit.
What?
Yeah.
That hits home, man. My mother had both hips replaced. That hits home. I remember that surgery too. I was just hella nervous. Wow.
Shit tough. So Every time I get one of my loved ones going to the hospital for like a replacement, it's like, yo, I get anxiety, bro.
I
Like,
can imagine, man.
we got pause and pray for real.
Facts.
Cause shit, you never know what's gonna happen. But
Wow.
you know, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't be the same person if he was here. I had to learn a lot of shit on my own.
Understood.
So we here stronger than ever.
Right.
And just able to do a bunch of shit that most people can't.
What was your pop's name?
My name.
Oh, that's right.
We
That's
got
right.
the same name.
Right.
So yeah,
Right.
Alan Thomas Rogers Jr.
Right.
I'm the third.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Salute to the ancestor, man. Alan Thomas Rogers, man. We appreciate this, man. Wow.
Sure,
that's
for
some
sure.
real. That's real spit.
And that's word to the name. That's why I got the name.
Respect this.
That's why I go by the Rogati. That's why I do all the things.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. So your life is basically your living testimony of your father's legacy.
Yeah.
That's
Because
love.
for those 9 years, I saw a solid dude.
Man, he sound tough. Like he was ill.
Yeah, solid dude.
Right.
Solid
He got
dude.
connects to Egypt and all that. Like this is big.
Yeah.
Word.
Had a limousine company.
Oh, he was cracking. Man, that's fly, man. You know, it's interesting. I'm the first entrepreneur in my family.
Wow.
Straight like that. So, salute to my father, Edward Butler, man. I love you, that's my man. You know, it's funny. I always tell people this, right? My first example of what I thought I wanted to be was when my father took me and my cousin Symphony to see the movie Boomerang. Now, Boomerang came out in 1993 or 94, so I was like 13 or 14. I think I was 13, because I think it came out in 93. We wasn't supposed to see this movie, by the way, right? Because there's like a lot going on, there's sex scenes and everything. But my pops, it's R-rated for sure. But I grew up in the building I grew up in the Bronx. My whole family lives there. Imagine, it's two sides of the building, two different elevators. On this side is me, my mother, my sister. On this side, second floor, my aunt, my two cousins. Third floor, my aunt, my one cousin. Other affiliate cousins on the fourth floor. Like, all of us is in the same building, right? So growing up, I was the only dude. I had nothing but female cousins. And we was basically all around the same age. It was my aunt, it was my father and my uncle. Those are the men around me. And then there was other men in my life, in my neighborhood. But everybody had, like, you know, in New York, a city job, a civil service job, bus driver, subway driver, garbage man, mailman. These are the jobs everybody aspires for. So I'd never seen black male executives.
Yeah, like
ever.
Boomerang.
Yeah. So when but my mom worked on Wall Street her whole career. And she did it with an associate's degree. She didn't get her bachelor's till way later. So my aunts, all of them worked in banking. Two of them on Wall Street, one of them just in a bank in Fifth Avenue. But that aunt was like a wealth manager for like rich people in New York. So I only saw black women doing executive level moves in big offices. So when I saw Boomerang and I saw Marcus Graham, I was like, to your point about doing the sewing and seeing the room filled with women, I was like, yo, son is an executive at a spot. He's dealing with models. He's making marketing. He's dressed fresh. He's eating fly. His crib is popping. He's the man. There was nothing there that wasn't the man to me. You know what I'm saying? So when I seen it, it was my first glimpse that, yo, that's real. Come to find out later, because I was able to actually work for Essence Magazine for a short time, that whole movie took place. The office scenes were in Essence Magazine in New York. Yes, and I know that because there's a staircase, and then when I started working in Essence, I seen the staircase. I was like, yo, this is Boomerang spot. So it was ironic, but I say all this to say to you, that was my first glimpse of understanding I can be more than working for the subway. Respectfully, like, I'm not coming for nobody's gigs. But I just didn't think, my limited understanding in New York was, if you get a job in any of these civil service components or service industries, you're doing good. I never thought I could get up every day, dress fresh, and be a creative professional. Like, because remember, in Boomerang, he was a marketing professional. So and he was making ads so I was just like, yo, you can get paid to just think fly, dress fly, do fly things. That was my first understanding, which is ironic now that I have a marketing company, right? And it's paying my bills. And then additionally, I'm able to make and market things. I'm saying all this to say it's interesting how the trajectories of our lives are shaped by certain archetypes, whether real or not real. People you might never meet, like politicians like Marion Barry, who just cared about black people doing well, and the reverberations. And I'm thankful you told me your story because it's just always interesting that intersectionality between having a father as well as having surrogate fathers like a Marion Barry or dudes from the street. Either way, you on a straight path. You know what I'm saying? You living life your way. And without these influences, good or bad, it might have took a lot of detours. You know what I'm saying? Not got you to the point where you're a living, working, breathing artistic professional. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I was just talking to my mentor earlier. She told me my more so advancement in fashion, Cosby Cabrera, and she was like,
"That's a dope name, by the way."
When I first met her, and she's from New York.
Yeah, of course.
I met her in Chicago.
Okay.
But she's from New York.
Yeah, we gotta talk about Chicago.
But she told me when she first started showing me things, she was like, "What's great about you is you never really had a teacher." So your style doesn't come with those limitations of somebody trying to tell you how to be. So your style is going to grow into, she's like, I can't wait.
Right.
This is like years and years ago.
Wow.
And it's like now the full circle moment. I saw her at my show in Chicago when I was like, right after I installed it. And she was like, yo, this.
Yeah, see?
She like, look at you.
Right.
She's like, look at you.
Right.
Because she's a designer that also paints. And at the time, I wasn't even talking about painting. So for her to come see that is just like one of them full circle moments of like, yo, you put just drop a seed and watch it grow.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's major, man. Yeah, I want to talk about Chicago too. I have my relationship with Chicago. It's all been great, by the way. It's funny. There's a song. Every time I hit the Shy, I gotta play this one song by Jill Scott and ride down Michigan Avenue or Lakeshore Drive. And it's called Only You by Jill Scott. If you'll ever, especially at night, it's nighttime, just play the song. It's just something about the soul in the voice of Jill Scott. It just feels like Chicago to me. I don't know why, but it's amazing. But anyway, I've had a love affair with Chicago for a long time for various reasons. And I know you connected to Chicago in many, many ways. Some are coming, but I'm sure there's a history before that.
Yeah.
Talk about this. What linked you into the Shy? Because a lot of people that have not spent time in Chicago don't understand it's a magical place. For multiple reasons, you know what I'm saying?
This is a beautiful place, and I was there during that time where all the Chirac propaganda was going on.
Oh, okay.
But it's like, dog, depending on how you mind your business, you get into things that, if you seeking things out, you might find it. I didn't experience Chirac.
That's good.
But I experienced Chicago in a bunch of different ways, and I was out there opening a store for a brand I was working for at the time. I was a suit tailor in my 20s, and the brand helped start it up, and we started expanding. And one of the areas that we wanted to expand to was Chicago.
Oh, okay.
So I was the one that had.
Where did the brand start from?
It started here in DC.
Oh, that's cool.
Started in a I won't call it a cubicle, but a little office space downtown. Then grew into a store. A larger store, and then grew to Baltimore first, of course.
Nice.
Went to Philly, then it went to Chicago.
Okay.
And I was the one who was like, let me go break new ground, send me out there.
Right.
And I was out there for 2 years trying to make it happen.
Okay, it was a full move, or?
It was a full move, bro.
Nice.
I would just come back home to visit, but it was a full move, trying to make it happen.
And it's a quick flight. That's light work.
Yeah. But I was embraced out there.
That's
for sure.
That's cool.
For sure. It was a great time. Got to experience a bunch of different cultures. Make some new friends I still hold dear to this day.
That's
And
dope.
met my fashion mentor out there. It's like my second mom. And yeah, man.
Shorty from New York, Cosby.
Yeah.
Nice.
And she live out there now. Her and her family live out there. Well, it was a great time, bro.
Right.
Just I compare it to New York with how many different cultures are there.
Absolutely.
Coexisting.
Facts.
And when you get into the nightlife, you see.
Yeah.
It's just like.
It's a melting pot.
Yeah, it's just a melting pot of everybody, all different cultures. Nobody's just like, well, of course you got black people, but it's like, damn, nobody's just black. Nobody's just white. Like, it's all these.
Facts.
All these subgenres, or maybe not even subgenres. The original.
The originals.
Yeah, the originals.
Polish, the Italians, the this, the that.
Yeah.
Everybody got their the Greeks.
Yeah.
Everybody got their stamp in it.
Crazy. Yeah. And the music is.
That's a fact, yeah.
That's why I'm like, you come out here to DC, it's like, people don't party here.
That's funny.
Fucking party here. You go to Chicago.
They party.
You never know where you ending up.
That's a
like
fact.
they partying.
They do party.
They partying. Some of them partying too hard
Yeah.
with a camera. Too hard. Some of y'all.
Yeah.
Cause that was the first time I seen went into a rave, bro. They
Okay.
had the grocery cart with the balloons and the nitrous tank.
Got you.
I said, what y'all doing?
A lot.
It's like, we selling this.
Right.
I said, no, you not.
Right.
Like, that
Right.
goes in the car, buddy.
Right.
Like, what we doing?
Right.
You see, we walk in the party, there's balloons everywhere. I say, oh, wow, bro.
Right.
This one ain't for me.
Right. Salute to you.
Yeah, this one ain't
Yeah.
for me. That's crazy. But, no, man, like, that was my early moments in Chicago, just opening that store, pushing the brand. It was 2 years. It was tough.
Right.
That shit was not successful out there. We had like a good start, but it plateaued too early.
Really?
And then it's mad competition in Chicago.
I was about to say, because Chicago got brands. Like, they got a lot of homegrown brands, and they support.
Yeah.
And they got style. Like, they sophisticated as hell out there.
And you got, just like New York, you got, so we were getting our suits made in, where was it? Was it Thailand, China? One of those places.
Oh, okay.
And they ship it out. But it was all custom made. But you know, just like New York, Chicago got the tailors just in-house.
Big time.
They making it in the building.
Right.
It's a different experience.
Way different.
And
If you know your tailor, that's a family member.
yeah,
It's like a barber.
yeah.
Facts.
So I mean, not sustainable, not sustainable. But you know, as you know now, we back
Yeah.
in a different way.
That's right. Yeah. So now it's funny. So now you doing your installation and the event that's coming up, that's really a full circle moment, I'm assuming. I mean, I know you already did something there in that hotel, but this is now what, like just a bigger spotlight
I
on.
ain't do nothing.
Oh, okay.
We just shot some videos. I had
Okay.
some friends come out.
You just put it on the walls.
I had my second mom come out. I had,
Right.
I had
Right.
Chloe come out. I had just some homies come out so they could see it.
Okay.
They knew I was in town.
Okay.
I'm like, after I installed, pull up, and we shot some footage or whatever it may be, and then
Right.
I came back. But we haven't done anything
So for
officially.
those who don't know, officially, what's happening on June 12th, 2025 in Chicago?
Right. I'm doing a artist talk and artist activation in collaboration with Kimpton Gray Hotel. Shout out to y'all. Thanks for having me. And get to present this, what I would consider my first complete painting series
Nice.
called Connection.
Would you call it a capsule?
No, it's not a capsule.
Okay.
It's a series. It's a collection
Okay.
of work, right? And it's still growing, but this is my first time putting a body of work together that's cohesive within my painting career. And
Right.
this is year 3 for me. Yeah.
Okay. Love it, man. Love it. How did that come about, and how hard is it as an artist to get a relationship where you get to basically outfit a whole hotel?
It come from having that East Coast mentality. You gotta kick some doors down, bro. Especially the doors that they don't even know you see.
Right.
You feel me? But my relationship with the Kimptons started in DC.
Nice.
Grateful to Cedric Pelt, a photographer for the Washington Post. He had referred Hotel Monaco, another Kimpton hotel, to me for their Black History Month feature.
That's dope.
And I want to say, was that 2024, 2023, one of those years. And they loved what I did so much. They said I had the largest activation they ever seen in their lobby. I had the most people come out ever. And we had an artist talk, and they did, we wined and dined everybody, that whole thing.
Nice.
And then after it was done, the marketing director at the time, shout out to Bill, was like, I would love to keep you up for the rest of the year. So my art stayed in that hotel for a year
That's love.
when it was supposed to stay up for maybe like 2 weeks.
Oh, man. That's a big jump. I love that.
So
Okay.
sadly, during that process, what's crazy about corporate,
Yeah.
Bill retired. One of the coolest people I ever met.
Right.
He just retired.
Right.
He was already, when I met him, he was already talking about retirement. We talking over drinks, like, bro, like, I'm ready.
I'm about to flex.
He's like,
I'm done.
It's like, it's a house on the lake over in the Midwest I need to get to.
That's
I'm like,
Shout out to Bill.
he gonna go live his life, man.
Right.
So I got the news. We was blown, but I'm like, hey, shout out to the guy. The art was in there. And I just asked him before he left. I said, "Is there any hotels in Chicago that I should know about?"
Mm.
He was like, "Yeah, I know somebody."
Right.
He said, "I know somebody."
Okay.
He emailed over there, bro. We never got a response.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm not even gonna talk about dude.
For sure.
Because that's another dude that moved on from that establishment.
For sure.
But he did give me the opportunity. He got me in the door.
Right.
But knowing that we were emailing him, I said, "Fuck it, hop on that flight."
There we go.
I was like, I'm gonna go see my folks out in Chicago.
Right.
I'm gonna go visit Cosby. I'm gonna go visit my homie Randy. I'm gonna go visit. Just go do my rounds.
With the family, yeah.
And then I'm gonna pull up to that hotel and see what's up.
Facts.
Cause when he was like, "This is the perfect spot for your work." He showed me pictures. I said, "You know how you see something, you go like, that's mine.
Indeed.
It's gonna be mine."
Right.
So I'm like, all right. Made my rounds, pulled up midday, pulled up in the lobby, looked at the staff, scoped it out. Was like, all right, cool. Yeah, so where the manager at?
Straight to it.
They was like, she's in a meeting. I was like, all right. Is it the general manager? Like, yeah, I bet. Let her know I'm here from DC.
Yeah.
Blew off the accolades.
Right.
I know X, Y, and Z.
Right.
Also, I'm looking for, I'm not going to say his name, I'm looking for the marketing director for this
Right.
hotel. I dropped his name, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, let him know I'm here, trying to talk. They're like, all right. It's like, how much time you got? I said, however much time I
here.
need.
Right.
It's like, y'all got some tea? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got my laptop with me, grabbed the tea, sitting in the lobby. First person comes out is Lisa. She's the general manager for the Gray Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Started talking to Lisa about just what I seek to do.
Mm.
We did some small talk, but it's like I jumped right into it. Like, yo, I'm an artist.
For sure.
I love your space, but you need X, Y, and Z.
Right.
And this is what I did for the hotel back over there. We've been reaching out over here to get this going over here as well. And I was like, let me show you something.
Boom.
And she was like, all right. Opened the laptop, showed her the portfolio, showed her the activation at the Monaco. She's like, this is amazing.
Nice.
I'm going to go get the marketing.
Yeah.
She's like, stay right here.
Level 2.
She's like, I'm going to go get it. I'm going to go get it. They already talking about it, time they get to me. I'm chilling on the couch, and I got everything up. Start talking to him.
Right.
I'm like, you know we've been looking for you, right? She's like, I know, but I've been traveling. I've been doing this. I've been doing that. I say, yeah, I know. I'm here. Yeah. So this is. I know she gave you a little rundown, but I'm trying to activate your spot with some art.
Right.
And trying to expand my reach as an artist, and I think we could both benefit from this. I would love to curate a series of work around your environment. And he loved it, right? I had one piece, it was called the Pillar of Destiny, that was like the gateway drug to my new style, right?
Copy.
And I was like, this is what I'm gonna do. I can't tell you everything right now, but this is what I'm gonna do. It's gonna look like this. He was like, if any of them look half as good as this,
we on.
let's do it.
Okay.
Because I'm like, how long has the art that's been in here? It's like since they put up the building.
Wow.
It's like, yeah, this need to go.
Right.
It's prints. It's little bullshit.
Got you.
It's nothing original.
Generics.
It's no story. It's nothing for people to like really emotionally like latch onto. So it's like, let me give you something. And they agreed. And then we started this journey of like me kicking this door down, bro. Where eventually the marketing director would move to another job with another hotel, and somebody else will replace him, and then other staff will be replaced, and the only person that was left was Lisa.
Got you.
And then they had somebody. I was still reaching out, still keeping in contact. I was still giving them updates as I would make stuff. I would show them like the photo shoot that I did for the references that was a movie by itself. They're like, we're excited, and then communication dropped. Whole bunch of changing of the guard. Then they popped back up in like October. And it was like, yo, we still interested in do X, Y, Z.
Love.
And I'm like, I was kind of rubbed the wrong way. So I'm like, I'm still playing the game, but I'm like, let's see what's up. Let's see how serious you are.
Right.
We started getting some dates together. And then, what month is it? Shit, a couple months ago in springtime, 2025, finally installed everything.
Love.
And they already say, like, yo, we ain't never featured nobody like you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Did you have to, when you went in there, they had somebody to hang everything, or you had to do all that on your own?
I don't let nobody touch my work, though.
Okay.
Yeah, it's me.
That's the process.
Just give me assistance.
Right.
I had the engineer for the building with me. They helped me
Nice.
with a number of things. They were very helpful.
Okay.
But it was just me, my homie Nick.
Right.
Nick came with me. He helped out. He filmed
Okay.
everything, but he
Okay.
also helped because the pieces are huge.
Yeah.
You saw it.
I have seen.
It took a lot of preparation to hang that.
Yes,
the
sir.
way
Yes,
the
sir.
way it's being hanged, the way it's being hung. So, yeah.
Very cool, man. So now the event on the 12 Artists Talk the whole nine. What are you hoping people receive from this moment, man?
With all my artist talks, I want everybody to resonate with the topic, right? I mean, all of my work holds that kind of subject matter because it's about connection. So I want people to have I want people to be present. I want people to practice being present in a digital space.
Right.
And also, care about the person next to you a little more. Care about the connections that you have a little more.
Right.
And value connection deeper than it's being valued, because I think we feel like it's so easy because of this.
Yeah.
People think they know you because of this.
Microwavable relationships, man.
Like,
Crazy.
I know a number of people wouldn't know shit about me if I ain't make a status. You wouldn't even know to check on me if I ain't make a status.
Right.
So it's like, I don't value those connections. I value these connections. And within that, and also, taking each opportunity to speak to people to further solidify who I am as an artist.
Indeed.
Who you came to see, who you came to experience, how I'm growing as an artist,
Right.
how my conversation is growing as an artist, how I seek to affect my environments and make y'all better. Because it's not just enough to be cool or look cool or make something cool. How does it make you better, right? So, early public service announcement: human beings need to leave the future the fuck alone. Straight up.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Right.
Stop it. Make your plan. Make it with God. Do that shit. Be with your people. Be present. Take it day by day and work towards something. But leave the future alone.
Right.
Because all this future shit, we end up with a bunch of Elon Musk ass niggas and shit like that. It's like, yo, y'all fucking up the earth a little bit, man. Like, there's a reason why Africa don't have a space program. Because what we need is already here. Why we need to go fly somewhere for that?
I feel you on that.
Why we spending billions to live in Mars? You don't even know the weather.
Right.
We fucking up the earth. Spending
Completely.
billions on fixing that?
Right.
What's the problem?
Right.
Y'all mining precious resources and paying pennies on the dollar, but spending it to go somewhere that we don't need to go. So we need to leave the future alone.
True.
And then also, we don't even know what the future is, to be honest. I think the future, and I'm not a futurist no more. Miss me with all that. I'm a modern artist, and what you see already exists. People claiming that they're showing you something from the future are playing with your ignorance. It already exists. Everything I painted already exists. It just looks shiny as hell, though. It looked good.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, I think to the layman, they would look at the artistry that you're doing in the Chicago series, and think you're painting a future of humanity. You know what I'm saying?
Not.
Or the integration of tech
No.
and humanity.
No, it's already here. The Oculus,
Right.
the Apple Vision Pro,
Right.
Google Glasses.
Right.
You got Ray-Bans that got a camera on it now.
Yeah, I got it here for sure.
Already here.
Right.
Cyborgs already exist. Cyborgs with human faces, human features, already exists. All of it
Crazy.
already exists.
Right. Cyber dogs.
Cyber dogs. Excuse your son. There's a cyber brothel.
Yeah.
In what, Germany?
No, it's in France.
It's in France?
Yeah. Facts.
It's here, bro.
It's here.
So I'm not here to play with nobody ignorance, bro. Like,
Right.
I ain't showing you the future. I'm showing you the now.
Mm.
But I'm doing it in such a fly way that you think it don't exist right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it exists right now.
Interesting.
And we're doing it all right now. And so I'm like, you just gotta leave the future alone a little bit, man. For
Love
real.
It. Love it. What are you hoping to accomplish by doing art, man? Is it about money? Is it about influence? Is it about just making people think different, see things different? What? Make a statement?
I'm still working that out.
Okay. That's fair.
I know I'm here to do something.